We have conducted number of workshops, number of international buyer-seller meets across the country, and especially in the northeastern region, we have done a number of programs since the last few years. So, and then another very important point when you talk about the market linkage is in terms of participation in national fair or the international fair. So we handhold support, we give the space to our exporters to display their products. We also take the produce of the Northeast and other very unique products to the international exhibition. To give some examples, like we have a very unique variety of rice, just as the red rice, the Himachal Pradesh. We have done the wine test. This very, very good response has been. So I would also like to say that we are also focusing on the organic part and also on the natural farming, which is a very new concept. And we also giving special emphasis on the GI products of the northeastern region and providing a platform for these such products. Apart from that, everybody knows 2023 is the International Year of Millet, and wherein we have purchased a lot of millet hampers from all the states of India. And then this hamper many of the Indian embassies, Indian missions abroad. Though this is also one of the products, I have seen just the video where the brand name Asoma has been given. I think this is a very good initiative by the state government, and then such kind of branding support and then providing a platform for food products for which APEDA is there, we can support you.
Thank you so much, APEDA. Now, the GT team to come forward and give their presentation. And after, thank you.
So good afternoon, everyone. As the farmer. So I'll just explain you within a 30 seconds, which programs that how women should be considered as a farmer. But we don't have the sound. So I'm sorry for the sound. So I'll just explain that why this concept appeared in our mind. So we started working with the Jharkhand through a BMGF project where the target was to mobilize close to in one of the farmer producer companies, and 40% should be the women beneficiaries. Mobilize to convince, because they are the decisions what market, what kind of inputs and other thing. But we to mobilize the women FPOs. But now we have 3 women FPOs. Family, see, you will evolve. You doesn't know anything about 60 the farming jobs, but the main the decision making activities like where to sell the crop, what inputs, what crop. So this idea, so that's the program all about, that how our journey for women empowerment started. So basically program in Hazaribagh funded project, and there the mandate was to target only 40% of the like cluster, not the villages. Our own FPO is the farmer producer company to provide the services, as were not active when we started business in Assam. Today we have almost everyone supplying products and all that to the FPOs in Assam. So people like Bayer and all that, they have all tied up with the farmer producer companies. And then the initiative further scaled up. So we have evolved. As on date, we have 18 farmer producer companies, all women farmer producer companies in Assam. And next slide. So this is again one of the initiatives what we are pursuing with the ASRLM, which is on the TSA for the market linkages. We have been assisting them from past 2 years. There have been a lot of MOUs and transactions for the, especially for the off-farm activities on the piggery value chain, backyard poultry, where we have been able to leverage a lot of local process of approvals. And as part of the extension, existing ASRLM in the NRE, there is animal feed, there is yarn we are supplying to the women. So now we have focused on all three particular value chains, agri, off-farm and yarn as well for the handloom members, because Assam has the highest number of handloom weavers in the country. So this is, as I mentioned in the beginning, so we have our own tool. There is a application we have developed by the name of eGram, which monitors the entire data. So this is all a data-driven project. We have all data backed up and everything. The transaction happening through the FPO is immediately reported through this platform to the clients like BMGF and HDFC Parivartan, and they are able to monitor this through a third party. So again, the idea is that this is what we have. So digital transactions, so all our FPCs are equipped with are happening, especially when I visited Chhattisgarh, Bilaspur area, and also there are a lot of frauds which has happened on the name of mobilization. People have come, we will give you Silai machines, we will give you other things, but they have eventually ran away with the money. So we are, in Assam, we have mobilized close to 8,500 shareholders in these 18 POs as on date, and 60% is done through QR codes. So that's again how we are linking technology to the interventions on the livelihoods. So again, some private and the public partnerships what we have been able to scale up. So again, one of our FPCs, which is in Jorhat district, again, SMD ma'am herself inaugurated the input shop, and also they have their own custom hiring centers where they have hired people to run a tractor. So this was a village where there was no tractor in the entire vicinity. So we conversed with RKVY, got them a 12 lakh facility, a tractor, a tiller and other things. Then they are running a handloom center, which is being again co-supported by ASRLM along with some loan from the CLF. They have bought their Jacquard looms and also, and now they will be working on the, and they are supplying how we have been able to. So on the millets, so millets, because of the some lean season in the state of Assam, so we have been able to leverage a lot of millets also, because there is a separate program of World Bank which is supporting millet mission also. So we are the PMU for that also. So we are supporting these FPCs to grow millets and link them to the sustainable market channel, so that another value chain is added to their crops. So there is a lean period where they were growing nothing. So thank you everyone. Any question, happy to take it up. Thank you.
Thank you. Just I'll take it. Friends, you have seen now 5-6 presentations. One started with the corporate private sector and organization associated with totally with the organic or the rural India, the Patanjali. Then we had 2 SMDs. We listened to APIDA per se, and an organization, GT, was here. So just we don't want to make the program or the day much boring. Idea is that just understand that what Patanjali was trying to say is their key point was related to cluster development, if you could see. But the learning which came from them is they have changed the concept of cluster and how to work on that. So I think that was a wonderful idea. I should congratulate Patanjali that they could make out that how this clusterization is to be taken forward. And second was that food processing industries where they can support in. 3-4 points which were laid down by Bihar SRLM. If you could see, they have very categorically mentioned that they need to have one marketing cell per se, and as a separate vertical. And that too, up to the lowest level, you need to have a good team for the CLFs also. And then the top-up fund which can come from for the FPOs which are already existing. I think it is a good idea, and certainly the ministry will have to work. And just what Bengal Vibhu Saab was saying, that PG, the account opening there through the current account, it's a challenging part, sir. We totally agree. I think we at a central level, when we come up with the RBI policy, will be sharing it with you so that we can take it forward. Because anyway, in the organized sector, if you go beyond 19, the numbers, entire game changes altogether. Then you also mentioned about the marketing processes, which was essentially a key point because it has to be a separate vertical, and I would like to say that the HR, which is likely to be shared soon, for which the committee was formed, it has a component of marketing, but how it is taken forward, that is, we are working on that, and I'm sure by September or so things will be much more clearer. One point which came from your was that formalize the registration of PGs also. That is also an important thing, means how do we go about the PGs. And the examples which were there, in one of the documents we have been mentioning, take the benefit of progressive policies of the government. So just if you could recall the presentation made by Bengal. Could you recall, they have given 4 in the first slide. They started with the school uniforms and then went into the public procurement, goods and everything. That is the key point. I think that everyone, all of us, all the SRLM should understand how we can reach out, and within that, how we can leverage the benefits of the private partners also. Because business creates business. This we have to understand. And relating it to what Patanjali said, profit. धंधे के लिए हमें काम करना है. So that point also we have to keep in mind. I just pitched in only because just to, if we would have gone through all the 20 presentations, we have forgotten the key points. And what I could draw from GT is that there are lot of things available, though, and their presentation was giving a lot of information. Just a suggestion, it should not have been that dense per se. But point is, what you can draw is a lot of things are available, and how these organizations, this organization is associating, be it with SRLM or other government departments, how we can leverage their capacities. It's not essentially that this agency, anything, any agency, but you have to build and understand what kind of capacities are required. Maybe the presentation mentioned here is pretty good or whatever, but when we go in at the field, we must see, if we want to take an agency, we should find out whether they are working at the field level is of that quality or not, how they are doing all these things. That is also essential, means the personals who are here, the SPMs and beyond, they should, whenever they go to the field, I would urge you that kindly look into that what the activities such kind of agencies are doing there and how you can leverage those things. Means it's not that if an agency is working with the agriculture department, you can leave. Now, SRLM, NRLM is such an institution, everyone wants to upload their activities on this institution. And APIDA nevertheless has a big role, and kindly have a vision that your products be exported to other countries. It's is exporting only to Bhutan or Bangladesh. Let's go beyond also. So I think we can start with it. Thank you. Sir. Means there is a very good example. Even Vibhu sir also mentioned in his presentation the public procurement, that is procurement of say wheat or dal, pulse or rice. This is being this has been done very fantastically in the state of Madhya Pradesh, where they have procured some 4 lakh tons of wheat or the pulses there through the CLFs. That is, the CLF has actually become an aggregator. For that, government has issued the Department of Food and Civil Supplies, they have issued an order that these CLF or the SHG institutions are eligible. Means there is a policy document from the government. Then they have set up their centers. For centers, means they were provided training. And who are the SHG members who will do the collection process, who will do the aggregation part and where it will be stored and what will be the role of the storehouse of the government. That has been done there. Even the packaging has been done very diligently. They have been taught how to means how to you weigh the products, how to weigh that these products and what kind of baggage is to be there, how to stitch it, how to store it, how to take care, establish for procurement, what are the norms which are to be followed. So this entire process has been done by CLF, and every CLF who were involved there, they have earned around 60 to 70,000 per member per SHG member who were involved in this. So this is a kind of additional income which the SHG members have gone. So it is similar to what we were trying to say, understanding and utilizing the progressive policies of the government. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Very rightly summed up everything. A big round of applause for sir. Okay. So now, everyone is sleeping, I must say, because when I say big round of applause, no one is clapping, in fact. Okay, then let's move to our next session, which is by NAFED. So I'd like to request the representatives from NAFED to come forward and give the presentation.
Consumer affairs. So we have a buffer of around 1.5 lakh metric ton of onion. So we are selling it through, during the lean period, we are selling it through the commission agents and the guarantee brokers who are entitled to 5 or 6% commission. So what we can do is, like, if we can have the setup of SAGs at the village or the block level or the district level, what we can do is we can sell the onion through the SAGs, women-run SAGs, so that they may get the 5% or 6% brokerage, which is generally ripped by the commission agents and the broker commission agents, and as well as the guarantee brokers, who are mostly the Marwaris and the proper setups, I mean the communities who are doing it. Apart from these things, NAFED is also one of the implementing agency for 10,000 FPO formation and promotion, where we are already promoting 5 FPOs which are already run by women. The board of directors are entirely women, and the members are completely women, like all are women-run FPOs. So what we can do is, we can also involve them in the procurement operations in the state. So this can be one of the major things. And other activities of NAFED include, like, we are an agency to MOFP also, Ministry of Food Processing, where we are supporting the local producers as well as the SMEs, where we are covering particular commodities under one district, one product scheme of Government of India, wherein, like, in case, I'll show you one slide. These are the few products under MOFP, so where we have given shape to the local community also. Like in case of, we can say Anaras. Anaras is a commodity of Riboi district of Meghalaya. So what we are doing is, we are procuring from the farmers of that particular district. We are getting it packed, we are getting it processed, and we are getting it transported from the district to NAFED bazaars. And since NAFED is having retail outlets all across the nation, particularly concentrated across the NCR region, so we are getting it marketed in the NAFED retail stores. So maybe if the women enterprises are also involved in such production and branding of producers, so we can get them marketed through NAFED channels. So these are a few of the commodities, like spices from Kashmir, pickle from Punjab, honey from UP, jaggery from UP, amla from Haryana, makhna from Bihar, pineapple from Meghalaya, and millet from Maharashtra. These are few of the this thing, training programs and trade fairs also, where we associate our FPOs and the societies where we help them to fetch their products to the global market as well as to the national market, showcase their products also. We are promoting these commodities through social platforms also, Instagram, Facebook, as well as we have kept them on Amazon and other online selling platforms also, so that it is available to the entire nation. Apart from these things, we are also supplying, like I've said, like we are procuring from the farmers directly. So around every year, almost we procure around 50 lakh directly. So around every year, almost we procure around 50 lakh metric ton of pulses and oilseeds as a whole. So what we do is like generally after procurement, the stock, when it is processed, it is consumed by the different states under several welfare schemes of the states, which includes mid-day meal, ICDS, PDS, or otherwise they are supplied to military, Assam Rifles and other CAPF. Apart from these, we are also supplying to some institutions which include IRCTC, AIMS, Parliament House, Krishi Bhavan, etc. So this is it. I'll leave the presentation here in case anybody is having any query or needs more understanding about NAFED. I'd be happy to support you. Thank you.
Thank you, Team NAFED. Now I'd like to request SRLM Tripura to give their presentation on the experiences that they have learned. Sir.
Good evening to all. Though we have prepared PPT, since we have very limited time, I want to give inputs about the status of formation of these PGs and FPOs, and later on, I would like to share, rather than experience sharing, since we are at the very nascent stage of this producer group formation and FPOs implementation, the strategy so far which we have made for operationalization of these PGs that I would like to share. So first slide. So these are the number of producer groups so far we have formed, 540 number. Mostly all these producer groups are formed, we have formed in livestock sector majorly. And one FPO only so far we have formed. On an average, we are covering, we are having an average membership of 25 in each producer group. And working capital so far we have distributed is only 14 lakhs. Infra fund distributed so far is 24 lakh. It shows we are at very nascent stage of formation of these activities, if I can admit it frankly. Yes. Next slide. So these are the different number of producer groups we have formed in different districts. 20 producer groups for vegetable cultivation and processing. We have previous slide. Well, sir, actually so far we could not formalize the proper business plan for these FPAs. That's why I have already told we are at a very nascent stage. Now we are making a strategy, sir. Now that strategy which we are going to do with all these producer groups, I would like to share. Yes. Yes, sir. Actually, sir, majorly यहाँ पे sir infrastructure का issues आ रहा है. Our fund, we cannot that much mobilize for the infrastructure. For that, we have made a strategy, sir. Now, we are trying to identify the infrastructure already available with the government. Whatever the vacant ideal infrastructure is lying over there.
कुछ भी चाहिए, थोड़ा सा भी कहीं covered area हो, that
Yes, sir,
can
yes,
be
sir.
taken.
Yes, sir.
I don't think it's such a big thing.
No, sir, with the permission of our state government, sir, whatever the infrastructure lying ideally under different departments, we are identifying and we are bringing all that ideal infrastructure into our fold, sir. Then we are going to start all these activities in those. But really we are having some certain issues regarding this infrastructure, sir. That's why. But now we have made a strategy. We'll definitely will come out with a good plan.
बजरंग जरा इसको देखो यार, ये तो जो है ना, it's not done यार, मतलब they made so many FPOs, no sorry, PGs and बजरंग है इधर?
Vegetable processing के लिए sir 20 producer groups we have formed. For agri commodities 9 producer groups. Goatry 144 number of producer groups. Piggery 131 number of producer groups we have formed. And fishery 114 number of producer groups. And poultry 6. Then dry fish 1 producer group. Sir, now since we don't have any success stories to share, but now we have made a strategy, sir, how to take it ahead with these producer groups. That I would like to share, sir. Sir, Tripura being a small state and at the very remote corner of northeastern states, we are having our own challenges. Number one, sir, we don't have access to the market, and if it is there, if market is also there, we are not able to produce the marketable quantity of produce. That is also one of the challenge. And moreover, sir, we don't have the proper packing materials, branding and marketing opportunities we don't have. So this is one of the main challenge, sir, for our state. So taking all these challenges, we have made a special strategy. What we have done, sir? We have made a supply and demand gap analysis we have did. What we have thought, sir, what the strategy we have made, what are the, domestically we are having the demand for which items we are having demand and which we could not able to supply, and we are importing from the outside of our state, mainly from the mainland states. If we can concentrate our activities on those gapped items, sir, I think we can have market in our own state and we can create ample opportunities for our producer groups.
Okay, so I will give you just one more example. I and Rahul and other team members from Assam were also there. We went to Bangladesh. So this is the right approach, that whatever is not available and there is demand in the
Yes, sir.
country. As cultivation now, there is a
Yes, sir.
big jump in the production of
Yes,
maize. So their poultry is also coming up. So there are so many
Yes, sir,
things
yes,
which
sir.
can be done. You're looking at your
Sir.
these various sectors only.
Yes, sir. Exactly, sir. The same strategy, sir, which you have suggested, that strategy we are making, sir. What we have identified, sir, we are having mainly 2 segments here for promotion of these producer groups. One is farm sector and another one is non-farm sector. If you are coming for farm sector, sir, we are having agri and horti and livestock segments. In agri, sir, one strategy which we have made, sir, on pilot basis that I would like to share with all of our colleagues here. Sir, Tripura, we are having very good climatic conditions, fertile soils, water resources, land resources, but frankly, if you can admit, sir, only one crop so far our farmers they are doing. And as one of our colleague from Grand Trunk, he mentioned, more than 80-85% of our SSG members, they are thoroughly involved with the agriculture, but since they don't have any decision-making power, whatever traditionally they are doing, only with one single rice crop they are doing, and rest remaining in the year, though we have an opportunity to go for 2 to 3 more crops, but they are not doing and they are keeping the land ideal. There we have intervened, sir. SRLM, it is a pride moment to us to share. We have first time introduced the farm mechanization, sir. Tractor we have introduced on pilot basis involving 3 SSG female members after rice fallow, after rice in the Rabi season. In the Rabi season, Kharif season after rice, in the Rabi season, we have taken that land and involving those three SHG members, we have gone for a heavy mechanization of this using of tractor, and we have plowed the land, and we have brought all the high yielding varieties of maize seed from branded companies, and we have sown it. And within 3 months, sir, we have successfully brought the crop of this maize. But otherwise, sir, it was the apprehension of the state government or otherwise agriculture department. In Tripura, maize can be cultivated only for the eating purpose of this maize, not for grain purpose. What the apprehension they were having is, if maize that grain cannot come to a maturity stage, if matured also, fungal attack will be there, so it will not be suitable for that sort of apprehension they were having. Even that was confirmed by the ICR also. Yes, it is not a suitable agroclimatic zone for raising of maize for the grain purpose. So there the story, no efforts were made to cultivate that one. Then since I am, recently I have joined in the TRLM, since I am having with a agriculture background, then I have taken a chance. Chalo, thoda sa hum log invest kar sakte under innovation fund. Then we have taken a risk and we have planted it. And sir, surprisingly, after 3 months, just out of one kani, that is 40 cents of land, means less than half acre of land, they could able to sell that cob itself for 1 lakh, sir. Whatever the investment we have made, that have come out of that one. And rest of the crop I have kept for grain purpose. I have to see whether it will come for maturity or not, whether grain hardening will be there or not. And by the God grace, it has come up very well, and the grain hardening was there, and it was suitable. Even that grain was purchased by one of the other CLF where they are having these feed mills, and they have successfully converted that maize grain into feed. So that sort of intervention we have done. And agriculture department, sir, in reverse, they have come to our fields and they have imparted demonstration in our fields. So that is the success story which we have made on pilot basis in Tripura in this regard. Why we have adopted, why I have taken an experimental plot on maize, sir? If we can able to raise maize, double crop, double income. So now everywhere we are seeing we have to double the farmer's income. Earlier only one single crop was there and no scope, they were not raising any second crop. Through this, double cropping, double income. वहाँ पे farming sector automatically it is improved. Through that, our farmers are getting benefited. Our women farmers are getting benefited. That is number one advantage. After